Please stand. And may I ask who has the honor of presenting this woman in marriage? Thank you. You may all be seated. I've never quite seen a grandfather so happy to present a bride. The emotion was just powerful. Of course, he was kind of trembling the whole time as you walked down the aisle, just to see your beauty, too. We are happy to be here. You've asked me to be sure that everyone knows how glad you are that they're going to be a part, not only of this moment, but also of these memories. In coming here today, they're putting themselves together with you in all of the applause and all of the encouragement that we can give. But we want you to know that we were honored not only to have been invited, but we are also inspired by your love. Zach, you have a beautiful bride.
I do.
And you've permitted me to say a few words of wisdom in all of this as well. And so I've looked through the prophets and the poets, the philosophers, and all of those who have written songs and so many other things that have been said. But I'm just going to give you a spelling test instead. Because it's very evident that those 4 letters of love describe the two of you. The L for laughter. The two of you are able to laugh with and at one another. That's a good thing, and that truly will fill your heart and your home. L-O for an openness, for an intimacy. You've each invited your partner to know you better, maybe even than you know yourself. You've opened yourself up to say, this is who I am, and you help make me be the person I wanted to be. I can assure you that as wonderful as that is, it will still continue to grow for the rest of your life. The two of you will build memories, you'll have triumphs, and of course some obstacles that come to the triumphs because we overcome them. You will overcome them together. And in all of that, you will prove not only to the world, but even more to yourself how valuable your partner is. In fact, that's the 3rd letter of love. V, to value one another. Now I realize that you do or you wouldn't be here today, but I want you to remember how valued you are by your partner. Zach, today you are the perfect man. Tomorrow you'll be a great husband. There's a little difference between the two. The perfect man always remembers everything. In fact, he sees every signal and he doesn't even need to be told what it means. The perfect husband, well, the great husband, will occasionally forget a few dates that he said he would always remember, or a few other things that were so very important to never forget. Or not show up at the time that he said he would be there. And at such a moment, you may be tempted to wonder whether you've given your best. Understand this. Tiffany says you've given yourself, and that to her is the very best. You are the man in whose hands she has placed her heart, in whose heart she has placed her life. She values you, she honors you, she trusts you above all others. You are the man that she has dreamed of, and the man that she will forever hold and keep as her husband. And Tiffany, it may only be my wife that occasionally speaks in a tone of voice she does not intend. And if ever you wonder whether or not you've expressed yourself so that he can know what's deep inside you, understand this. Zach brags about you when you're not around. And he will always be proud to say, that's my wife, and he will stand between you and any danger that approaches because he loves you more than life itself. You are the woman that he hoped for, that he sought, that he found, and will forever keep. You are the treasure of his heart, the one that he values. L-O-V-E, to encourage one another, literally to put courage into, to urge one another on, not only in your unity, but also in your uniqueness. Each of you are not a duplicate of one another. In fact, the very first time that you met, you began to say very quietly and then louder and louder to yourself, I want that person in my life. You bring something very special to one another. Continue to realize that you are a gift, just as you are, as well as a treasure for what you have become. Your unity, yes. Your uniqueness, yes, as well. Encourage both. So that's the simple spelling test. Laughter, openness, value, encouragement. It is your love. Now we have come here today not only to observe and to applaud the two of you giving your vows to one another, but also to make our commitment as well. On this, the day of your wedding, family and friends have come to tell you that we will do all that we can, everything that is within our power, to continue to applaud and to continue to celebrate the marriage that the two of you shall have as husband and wife. Now we're at that legal part. We asked him earlier whether or not he was just a little nervous, and he said, well, the van ride was tough, but nevertheless. Zach, will you have Tiffany to be your wife? Will you love her, honor her, cherish her, and tenderly care for her in all of the changing circumstances of life? And putting Tiffany above all others, remain true to her in every way. And will you make this pledge to Tiffany, that if ever marriage is difficult, you will believe it can work, you will want it to work, and you will do your part to make it work. And then when all is wonderful and you are rejoicing over your life together, that you will continue to keep your marriage growing and strong so long as you both live. If this is your pledge and intent, then please say, I do.
I do.
And I think I saw you squeeze his hand, so you've probably already answered. But I have to ask you out loud, Tiffany, you have Zach to be your husband. Will you love him, honor him, cherish him, and tenderly care for him in all of the changing circumstances of life? And putting him above all others, remain true to him in every way. And will you make this pledge to Zach, that if ever marriage is difficult, you will believe it can work, you will want it to work, and you will do your part to make it work. And then when all is wonderful and you are rejoicing over your life together, that you will continue to keep your marriage growing and strong so long as you both live. If this is your pledge and intent, then please say, I do.
I do.
I'm going to ask you to look into one another's eyes. Maybe you might want to set the veil back for just a second here. And as you hold hands and look into one another's eyes, Zach, if you would repeat after me. I, Zachary.
I, Zachary.
Take you, Tiffany.
Take you, Tiffany.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
And solemnly pledge to you.
And solemnly pledge to you.
My loyalty.
My loyalty.
And love.
And love.
As long as we live.
As long as we live.
And Tiffany, too, as you look into his eyes, if you would repeat. I, Tiffany. I, Tiffany.
I, Tiffany.
Take you, Zachary.
Take you, Zachary.
To be my husband.
To be my husband.
And solemnly pledge to you.
and solemnly pledge to you
my loyalty
my loyalty
and love
and love
as long as we live.
as long as we live.
Those are beautiful words, and yet you have some that are even more beautiful for one another. I'm going to step away for just a moment as you speak to one another in your own private and personal ways.
I'll speak loud. I'll speak loud. Tiffany, you and I are beginning a new chapter together as husband and wife. I want us to enjoy today the experience what this moment has to offer. To drink deeply at the fountain of love, but I also want to experience our future together. A greater wisdom from all our shared adventures to obstacles, the joy of loving more deeply as the years pass. I want us to be inseparable, bound by thousands of events we will live together. I want us to build a part with laughter, love, and enthusiasm. A past we can always remember while and happily facing our future.
Okay. Not how to say anything. That you and I are beginning a new chapter in our life together. As husband and wife, I want us to enjoy today, to experience what this moment has to offer, to drink deeply at the fountain of love. But I also want us to experience our future together, to gather wisdom in all of our shared adventures, to discover the joy of loving more deeply as the years pass. I want us to be inseparably bound by the thousands of events that we will live together. I want us to build a past rich with laughter, love, and enthusiasm, a past that we can always remember with fondness while bravely and happily facing our future.
I almost feel like I should go immediately to that part about you may kiss, but we'll The words that you've spoken are not only words of anticipation, words of joy, words that will be certainly fulfilled in your lives, but they are also words that increasingly will bind the two of you together. Love led you to this moment. From this moment on, marriage will lead you in love. Now, there are many symbols of marriage. One of those is wedding rings. Wedding rings are made of the most lasting and beautiful of materials, perfect circles without end. As you give and receive and wear your rings, you are testifying to the completeness of your vows. And I hope that each time that you look at them, you will be reminded of the excellence and worth each of you bring to this marriage. Receive this ring as a pledge and a reminder of my devotion and respect for you. Receive this ring as a pledge and a reminder of my devotion and respect for you. May the wearing of these rings awaken you each and every morning with a reminder of how treasured your love is. May they display for all the world to see each and every day the joys with which you will live your marriage. And finally, when you go to sleep at night, may they remind you that tomorrow too will be yours as husband and wife. We have another symbol of marriage as well. Now, I did come from a part of the country where this was still being brewed, but we can't admit to that right now. It's a reminder that the spirits that brought you together, that spirit of passion and joy, will truly never end. For the two of you are going to place those into this barrel in a manner that is inseparable. They began as two separate reminders of the quality and the individuality of your lives. So many families and so many friends and so many experiences prepared you for this moment. But now they're being blended together and joined together as one. The passion will remain, the joy will remain, even the kick will remain, but in all of that, it will be inseparable. Please, go ahead. Some things are intended to age, and they say as they do, they get even better. May the quality of that which you have brought always grow and intensify for the remainder of your life. Because Zach and Tiffany have declared their love here in the presence of family and friends and for all the world to know, it is my great pleasure to declare that you are husband and wife. What here has been joined together cannot be torn apart. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Godigan.